everyone. Welcome to Soul Horizons Tarot. I'm going to be doing a love reading for the sign of Libra. This is about the person most on your mind, whether this is someone you're already connected with, separated from, or someone that you just have romantic interest in. Keep in mind that because this is a general reading, it may not resonate for everyone. So if it does not sound familiar, if it does not fit your situation, one second, and it is not your story. I'm going to try something a little new today. I've been thinking about doing it for a while and kind of hesitating, and I went ahead and did it. So while listening to music after shuffling and everything, I meditated to see if, because I've had some words and phrases come up during readings and I haven't been doing anything with them, and this time I decided to write them down. So if this resonate, or if this sparks something, if it like you've heard the phrase or the name or whatever it is, this could mean that this reading has a message for you. Maybe not the whole message, but maybe there's a specific part that's meant for you. If not, no big deal. Some of these I don't understand, and I'm not going to go into detail trying to explain them because I don't know what they're for, who they're for, or if it's even worth doing, honestly. But anyway, so I'm just going to read these off. Breaking out of a stigma, serenade, the name Connor, and then apple, but then also apple tree, and then Amora. I don't know if that's a name, or for some reason Amora went to serenade. I know there's that song, When the Moon's in the Sky, and that's kind of what came to mind when I heard the word Amora. I know that means love, or amour anyway. And then at the interim, I don't know what that means at all. At the interim, or the interim. Equinox, eye doctor, and then the word Bellevue, but for some reason Bell Avenue, and somebody connects it for short and calls it Bellevue or Bellevue. It might be a street name, the name of a place. And then after I got done writing all these and I was setting up, the word heliotrope, and I know that's a flower, but why that's relevant, I have no idea. Just those are some things that came to mind. Alright, so I already shuffled, I did the cut, and we're going to start. So this is your person side. This side over here is for you. Make sure everything is in frame. Oh, good grief. I almost want to push these cards up a little bit. Get behind here without messing anything up. Is that better? Yeah, that's better. Okay. Alright, we're going to start on your person, the person most on your mind. We're going to start on their side for their current energy situation. I'm going to be honest, it doesn't look great so far. But sometimes the readings take a 180 on me. Alright, so their current energy situation. They have the Ace of Cups. Could be a new relationship, new creative ideas, inspiration. new offer that brings them joy or happiness. We'll see. What's going on for this person? What's their current energy situation with that? Okay, immediately we get the Sun, but in the reverse. So that's Leo energy there. Okay, we'll see what that's about. Maybe... I don't know, maybe over... I don't know why overindulgence came to mind first, but like overestimating something or over-embellishing something. Sometimes the Sun in reverse can talk about like something that was happy or joyful, liberating. We'll see. We'll see. Let me clarify one more with the Sun and the Ace of Cups, please. I only do reversals if they come out that way, and it immediately shot out and did a spin on the table. One more with the Sun and the Ace of Cups, please, for this person's current energy situation. Tell me about what's going on for them. One more, please. 3 shuffles. 1. That's 2. And 3. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to clarify. There's some kind of new start for this person. I'm trying to make my readings a little bit shorter, so I don't like to clarify everything now. But no, some type of offer. I want to see. It's almost like they have to reevaluate something now. Go back and reassess. They've received some kind of offer. Possibly it could be you that's offered them a cup of love, your feelings. You've expressed your something to them, and they didn't react to it the way, or maybe they didn't even react the way they thought they would with it. Why is the Sun in the reverse? Why is that here, please? What's with the Sun in the reverse? Why is that in the reverse? Please clarify. Why is that here? What does it represent for this person's current energy situation? Instead of like illuminating, it feels like the Sun the Sun card cast a shadow, where normally it illuminates, it shines, it brightens, it reveals. Tell me about the Sun. 1. Okay, thank you. Oh, there's 2 here. Okay. Okay, so they've received some kind of offer. Maybe they thought that they would like it more than what they do now that they've received it. Because now it's brought on stress, anxiety, worry, fear. It's on how to manage it in some way. They don't know how to handle this offer that they've received. And they're trying to figure out a way with that 7 of Pentacles. They're trying to evaluate what's the best course of action. Should I invest? Should I not? Will I get a return on my investment? Tell me about the Ace of Cups. What is it? What is this offer? What is this offer with the Ace of Cups? Obviously it could be different for everyone because this is a general reading. But if you're involved with this, if you did offer them something, like you expressed your feelings, you had feelings for them, or you said I love you, or I would like to date you, or I'd like to get to know you more, or someone else did this, they didn't have the reaction that would normally come with something that they would be happy to hear. It's like it had the opposite effect, and it stressed them out. Tell me about that. Ace of Cups. 1. That's 2. And that's 3. Knight of Swords, yeah, they just received some communication, some kind of offer, potential new beginning, in love or otherwise, but it would be something that would evoke emotional reaction to it, or it came with an emotional connotation, overtones. It was emotional message. And we have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, we have Sagittarius, we have Leo. Signs are not really important, but it was some kind of offer. I don't think it's something that was, well, it could have been. Maybe they made an offer to someone and the person's reaction to it was not what they expected. And we got the Ace of Cups on the bottom of this deck too, so someone expressed their feelings here, or they expressed a wish or a desire. But now they're having to reevaluate either what they're going to do with this offer, or somebody's reaction, and possibly poor reaction. Get that this person threw somebody off with their reaction, or they're very thrown off. Alright, let's look at yours. So far with the Nine of Pentacles, this is like doing well, financially stable, or building up our financial stability, our independence, especially financial freedom from, being dependent. Our abundance, it could be like having success in your life. Feeling confident, or getting back into feeling confident, possibly. We're working hard to maintain or sustain a certain lifestyle. Yeah, some of you could be starting a new business, or not even a new business. You could be, your business could be kind of expanding in some way. You could be getting more customers, or you could be getting more notice or notoriety. You could be getting more money, more responsibilities or power, authority, I should say. That's Aries energy there. Or maybe you're working very well under someone, and they've upped your pay, or they've given you a promotion. Tell me more. One more with the Emperor and the Nine of Pentacles. This could very well talk about someone who has a business, though, a self-employed entrepreneur. Tell me one more. It doesn't have to be, though, because the Emperor can. Oh, all right. Yeah, you're moving up. You're succeeding. You're possibly even literally like taking a trip or traveling. With the Chariot, this talks about success, forward momentum. And now that's Cancer energy. Capitalizing on some gains here. Some of you could even be doing really well with fitness or diet, or in some way taking care of yourself, your body, your physical self. Alright, tell me about the Emperor. I was using the wrong cards that whole damn time. Tell me about the Emperor and the Nine of Pentacles. Actually, just tell me what's going on here. Tell me one more. I know I really don't need to, because it looks like you're doing really well for yourself. Yeah, you're celebrating some success in business, work, finance, maybe home, family. Maybe you've hit a goal, especially you could have hit like a weight goal, or if you're on a fitness journey or something like that. But this very well could be you're celebrating success within work, within career, within your ability to provide for yourself and take care of financial aspect of your life. Okay. Okay, so yeah, so promotion, maybe you're moving up. Maybe you can afford to buy a better house, a better car. So you seem to be doing well for yourself. Alright, moving on to biggest challenge or obstacle between the two of you. Between you and the person most on your mind. Tell me about the Fool. That's Aquarius energy there. Also Pisces and Aries, but its main sign is Aquarius. The Tower. Okay, that's Scorpio, Aries. These are both major arcana, so something big, something long-reaching, has long-term effects. Tell me one more with the Tower and the Fool. Someone could have taken a chance or taken a risk and it backfired. The Tower does talk about an ending, sudden. It could have been, or could be a sudden, unexpected shift, change, or ending, upheaval. We got two there. I'm not taking both of those. Tell me one more. One of those was the Justice card, which is another major Libra energy. Okay. Okay. Could be interpreted a couple different ways. Somebody took a risk in, let's say somebody allowed something to come between the two of you. Whether that was a person, it could be cheating, yes, but it could have also been they allowed work to get in between the two of you. They allowed family, they allowed friends. Something, the Three of Cups can talk about a third party energy, but it doesn't always mean a person. It could have been poor influence or being influenced by others around you. Co-workers, family members, friends, or actual things. Could be just feelings. Tell me about the Tower. What happened with the Tower? What caused the Tower? It could have been that somebody took an unnecessary risk and it blew up in their face, or it blew tell me about the Tower. One. Okay. Yeah, there was a lot of there was a lot going on, or is going on, that is very disruptive. Again, it could be people, it could be just situation, like you're busy with your career, celebrating your successes, they're busy with whatever they're busy with, and it's just too much chaotic turmoil. Or it could be, again, influence of others. It could be internal things that we allow to kind of overwhelm us. Yeah, somebody has almost like a nasty habit of doing something. It could be self-sabotage, but it doesn't feel like that. It's like there's almost an adrenaline junkie kind of energy. They like taking risks, even at the expense of potentially ruining something. And I do think there was something that happened here that completely undermined whatever it was between the two of you. I'm not going to do any more. Okay, so it could have been like a gambling addiction, or the wrong friends, influencing a person to do something that they knew was bad for them. But in this scenario, it did not end well. It blew up in somebody's face here. Somebody took an unnecessary risk. They leapt without thinking. They were impulsive, made an impulsive decision that caused a tower moment between the two of you. Or, you know, that tower moment could just be so many things are changing in a big way. But with that Fool there, I think somebody did this. Alright, moving on. How they see you. They see you as not backing down from something, being protective, possibly defensive, guarded, maybe a little combative as well with the Seven of Swords. Tell me more. Keep in mind this is their perspective, does not make it true. It's just how they see you from their perspective. Seven of Wands, tell me more about how this person sees Libra. What is their perspective of Libra with the Seven of Wands? They could see you as unapproachable, like you don't allow their advances, or you seem very combative or defensive. 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, they see you as uncommunicative. You've created some distance between the two of you. Maybe they have. It's almost like they feel you're unapproachable, as far as like you would tell them to back off. Or they see you as very quiet. And the Moon, Cancer energy there. They don't fully understand something about you, or they find you very mysterious, very hard to read, very hard to interpret. Your signals are very unwelcoming though. Again, unapproachable. Why do they see them as the Four of Swords and the Seven of Wands? Why? Okay. Okay, maybe they've made an offer and you've kind of like shunted it. Or shunted? Why did I say shunted? Shunned it. Said no. Like, gave off a very uninterested, no thank you, be gone, demon, not today, Satan, or I'm just, no. Tell me about the Moon. Why is the Moon here? What does it represent? Tell me about the Moon. There could be some misunderstandings or miscommunication there with the Moon. Yeah, they see you as like emotionally distant, as well as like you're not talking, or you're very quiet, very withdrawn or reserved. I think with that Ace of Pentacles, they wanted to offer you something long term. Or they had this idea, but at the same time they don't see you as accepting that. If they haven't already done it, this is why they have not. Because they see you as emotionally distant, withdrawn, separate. You've walked away. And with the Moon there, I think that they don't understand the reason behind why. Or they can only guess. They don't have clarity over. But the Moon can also mean they don't really know you. They don't really have a good basis to form that assumption. I see you as standoffish. Alright, how do you see this person? Temperance, that is Sagittarius energy. Tell me more for how Libra sees this person. What is Libra's perspective of the person most on their mind? I'm getting a feeling off of this, but I want to wait to see what comes out. Tell me more. Tell me more about the temperance for how Libra sees this person. Tell me more, please. One. That's two. And three. Three of Pentacles. I think you're fine with keeping it where it's at. I think you try, or maybe you see them, I guess because this is how you see them, so maybe you see them as somewhat of a moderator, like the person that keeps the peace. If you work with them, this is the person, from your perspective, this is a person who works well with others because they don't pick and choose a side. They try to work with everyone equally to maintain balance, to maintain like the morale. You try to temper everything with the Temperance card and the Three of Pentacles. So maybe you could only see them as a coworker or a friend or someone that you can deal with on a day-to-day basis. You don't see them but let's see more. Tell me one more. For some of you too, this is a separate message. You could see them as a person that always needs reassurance from others. The first thought I had when I saw Temperance, which doesn't make sense because this is the person most on your mind, was literally the like a phrase. I could take them or leave them. Tell me more. One more with the Three of Pentacles and Temperance. That's one. Two. And three. This could be somebody, okay. Hierophant. It's Taurus energy. Maybe they're, oh, okay. Maybe you're, there's an age difference or a maturity difference or a difference in like status. Maybe you almost see them like, even if you're not their boss, maybe you see them as needing a boss. There's different ways to interpret this, honestly. Because there's the interpretation of the card and then there's the feeling I'm getting off of them. To read this, it would be like somebody that you want to work with to create a long-lasting and a commitment. But at the same time, on the other spectrum, I get this energy of somebody that you have to. You're the one that has to like tell them what to do. You have to like. You always need to be the one, even though this is how you see them. It's like you have to take control, you have to take charge when maybe you don't want to. Or maybe you do. Maybe you, but that's the thing. Maybe that's why I see it that way. Maybe you see them more as like lower as far as status than you, so it's almost like you look down on them. It's like more like somebody that works for you. Because I was going to say that earlier. If it didn't, I interrupted myself. Like almost like an employee. Somebody that works underneath you. Tell me what I need to know to understand this. Yes, it's like you have to fight their battles. That's the energy I'm getting from this, but that's not the interpretation of the cards at all. The interpretation of the cards is I would like to have a family with you, or we have so many good memories. There's reasons to try to fix this, try to heal this. I see this as a person that I want to reconcile with. Or you could see them as someone who's very patient. But maybe you see them as a friend, more like a friend. Again, and I'm getting different things. It's good energy. I mean, well, good cards. But how you feel about them is the Three of Swords, so maybe that will explain more. Make it make sense. You could have children with this person. You could have had a long-term commitment with this person, because the Hierophant can represent a marriage, a promise, a contract, a vow, a commitment. Alright, how they feel about you. How they feel about you is the Hermit. That's Virgo energy. I think they're Judgment. Okay. They are considering making a final determination. I think they put their feelings on hold so that they can truly dig a little deeper to make some kind of major decision, like final decision, judgment. And they're going within, they're withdrawing, they're internalizing. Tell me about one more with Judgment and the Hermit here for how this person feels about Libra. It could be that they feel you've gone cold and distant though. 1, it's 2, and 3. Seven of Swords. Well, so far this feels like a way, they're strategizing a way, possibly for reconciliation too, because this can also mean second chances. Tell me about the Hermit and Judgment, or how they feel. Tell me about the Hermit and Judgment. Clarify those for me, please. Okay. Yeah. Either you or they want to rekindle this. either their feelings are that they're trying to find a way, or they're evaluating, or planning or strategizing a way to turn this around, or they feel like you are doing that. It kind of feels like it's on their end, but it could go either way. Tell me about the Seven of Swords. Why is that here? What does it represent? Why is the Seven of Swords here? What does that represent? Why the Seven of Swords? Because that can sometimes talk about self-deception, or just deception, lies, sneaky behavior, secrets, ulterior motives or intentions. Tell me about the Seven of Swords. What does that represent for how they feel? 1, 2, 3. Someone's not being honest with how they feel. Maybe they feel you're not. 8 of Wands. Or maybe they're fighting against their nature, or against their instinct to go towards you, and they're having to, like, redirect and come up with a different strategy. Maybe they've already tried. Maybe that's why this was up here. If it's the other way around and you gave them this offer, maybe they're trying to figure out if they want to rekindle this, or to start it if you aren't rekindling anything. But this can mean second chances, another go around, restarting the cycle. Sagittarius, or Scorpio, Sagittarius, Virgo energy here. But somebody's not being honest about their feelings, or they're hiding their true feelings. It's either on their end, or they believe it's on your end. Like, you're lying about how you feel about them, or you're not being honest, or you're just being very secretive about your true feelings. But I kind of feel like maybe it's even on both ends. I don't know. Alright, how you feel about them is the Three of Swords. That's pain, heartbreak, sadness, disappointment. Ooh, and immediately we get the Five of Cups. Well, either you're heartbroken, you're heartbroken about them, or you feel like they're heartbroken over you, and they can't let something go from the past, something that was lost. You'd have to be honest with yourself here, and be the one to know whose side this is on. But somebody got hurt. If it was you that hurt, if it was them that hurt you, okay. But if you hurt them, then there is pain, remorse, shame, guilt. And then, if that's the case, then the Temperance card is wanting to try to find a way to heal that. But Temperance is kind of a passive energy, so allowing time. It's about patience, grace, forgiveness. Tell me one more about Libra's feelings for this person. But if they hurt you, I think this is something that is connected to this Fool energy up here. Somebody took an unnecessary risk, and it ruined things. It blew up. Tell me one more, please, with the Five of Cups and the Three of Swords. One more. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, it could have been because you guys were married, or you were in a long-term commitment. But that the Hierophant card is also giving me this energy of something that sticks. So pain that sticks. Almost like I will never forget. I can forgive, but I will never forget. I don't know if that's you towards them, or you feel that that's their energy towards you. They could never forget. It would always be something on the back of their mind, or it will always be something on the back of your mind. This is... Okay, tell me, why is the Five of Cups and Three of Swords here? What happened? What happened to create these feelings? Yes, I know. What happened? 1, 2 came out. 2 tens, 2, and 3. So what is this? Ooh. Someone walked away from a connection and chose something else. Maybe, I'm just saying you, because you're doing really well up here. Maybe you chose a career over this person. But I'm not putting all the blame on you. If it's on their end, then that's fine. Somebody took a different opportunity elsewhere. Or somebody walked away or walked out of a commitment because it was hard, it was heavy, they were exhausted. I'm almost getting like this coward's way out. I don't, if that was you, don't get angry at me, but somebody took the easy way out. Let me restart this before, ow, why am I sitting on my feet? Now my foot's asleep. Let me make sure I record, because I'm pretty sure that's the on. Makes a different sound. Yeah, okay. Okay, so back to that Fool. This could have been too, like, somebody took a chance and the consequences were that, you know, maybe they, again, I don't know why this is coming back up, but they gambled something. Maybe it was literally they gambled some money and it put you or your future, or both of your future, in jeopardy. Maybe they did something without consulting you, or the other way around. Chose a path without, you know, letting this other person know, or them letting you know. Okay, so their next actions towards you. Let me start this. Tell me more about this person's, what action is this person most likely to take towards Libra in the near future? 6 of Swords. 6 of Swords. It could be too that maybe you at one time you were open to trying again, but then they kind of just gave up. Tell me more about this person's next action. 8 of Pentacles. Tell me one more. Okay. I think they're choosing to put their focus elsewhere, at least for now. Something about this whole situation is too draining. Because this is a card about leaving something behind, moving on, in search of peace. Because this comes right after the Five of Swords, which is all about the opposite of peace. Drama, fights, arguments, internal or external conflict. And the thing that came to mind when I saw these two come out together was when the going gets tough, the tough get going. But I don't think, from what I'm seeing here so far, it feels more like they're putting more of their energy into things that don't pertain to you as much as it is like fixing something they broke or fixing something they neglected. Like basically like focusing on work. Tell me about the Six of Swords and mainly the Eight of Pentacles. Tell me what's going on there. What are they working on? What are they? Yeah. They are also emotionally detaching, walking away. It could be just temporarily, for a time. With that world, they're going to see this close for now. They're ending a cycle. They're closing the door on this. And I think it's because how they see you is showing up here. Like even if they tried to approach, it wouldn't be a warm welcome. Or maybe it's because they know that they would have to face something. And it's easier to put work into what they can actually achieve, as opposed to facing you, who may need answers, explanations. They would have to work something out or work something through with you. So it's easier to just abandon ship than it is to do repairs. So they'll hop in their little life raft and go work on shore where the water isn't so scary. And maybe that's why I got the coward's way out. Maybe this person is just your reaction. They're not brave enough to face what they've done, or they're not brave enough to face you, or they're not brave enough to actually put in the work, as opposed to just letting bygones be bygones, or letting the water go on, or be under the bridge. They want that, but they know they would have to make amends in some way. But if you hurt them, then apply that for that. They don't want the struggle of trying to heal that. Your reaction to that is the Eight of Swords. Your reaction to their action or their lack of action. How do you receive that? That's the Eight of Swords, which is you feel blocked, you feel helpless, you feel there's nothing you can do, you feel bound, trapped. Tell me about that Eight of Swords for Libra's reaction. Tell me about it. Ace of Swords is truth, clarity, a realization. It could be that you come to you come to a truth, or you're given you receive a moment of clarity. Oh, jeez. Ace, 8, 10 of Swords. So them doing this, mentally and emotionally checking out, this hurts you. And it's all starting to add up now, because I think the way you see them is somebody, okay, whatever happened here, this person wants to work it out. I'm hurt, or they're hurt, we're both hurt, but we can fix this, given time, given patience, given the ability to forgive and work through things, resolve things. But then they turn around and just abandon ship. And it leaves you feeling completely and utterly helpless. With that 10 of Swords, I can talk about, yes, an ending, but also you can feel a bit betrayed, let down, if they take this action. I want to clarify that, because just like in the outcome, it's probable, not definitive. Tarot does not dictate free will. For some of you, this is a general reading, this is not the action that they will take, but for some of you, this is your reaction to if they do. Pretty straightforward there. Alright, probable outcome. Queen of Pentacles. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Tell me more. Tell me more. Something about that too, with that 8 of Swords and the 10 of Swords. It's like you never actually expected this person to do what they did, because of the way you saw them. Okay, so ignore everything I said about, maybe you do have to like direct everything about them, but the way you saw them was as someone worthy of, or maybe not worthy, somebody that would be willing to work things out, to try, to at least try. And here it shows that they didn't. And the reason you feel so disappointed is because it kind of shatters your image of them. And that's the truth. The Ace of Swords is the realization that this person isn't who you saw. Tell me more about the probable outcome. Probable, not definitive. Tarot does not dictate free will. Yours, theirs. Tell me one more. Tell me more. 1, 2, 3. 8 of Swords. Well, this hits you hard enough that it does cause you to reflect. But let me clarify before I say. Tell me one more with the 8 of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles. 1, 2. Okay, thank you. 3, 3. You want answers because you still feel with the 8 of Swords like you can't move past this, at least for a time. I think as far as finance, you'll probably be okay. You do have the 5 of Pentacles. But I more so see this as like, if your work suffers, if the success that you're achieving up here, if that takes a hit, it's only because you're so distracted with this. It is a distraction. and your work and your energy and your ability to thrive is a little bit stifled here because of this Eight of Swords. And with the Page of Swords, you kind of want to look, you want to know. You want clarity, or you want closure, so that you can get out of this Eight of Swords, so that you can move on with your life. Because you do feel abandoned, you do feel rejected, you do feel like you were left in the worst way. And I do think you're, at least, again, temporarily, your work may suffer for it. Only because you're caught up in your head. You're surrounded by all of these thoughts that make you feel like you're in you're trapped. You're trapped within your own thoughts. Tell me about that Queen of Pentacles as far as their finances, how they were doing it with the Nine of Pentacles, what goes on there. I think you'll carry on, but a part of you is still very much affected by how this transpires. Tell me about that Queen of Pentacles, please. One. You very, very much want to confront this person, though, with that page. You have questions you feel you deserve answers to. Okay. So the Knight of Wands. Yeah, you're still moving forward. You're still showing up. But with the Knight of Wands there, you are distracted. You are a little bit inconsistent here and there. You're not always able to finish things as far as getting dragged back to this place. They really did disappoint because you saw them much differently. Ignore everything I said about I could take or leave. Maybe you did feel that, but then they pulled this and it hits you. It crashes down on you, the reality of who this person is versus your version of them in your head. Alright, so long-term, real-world, overall potential between you and the person most on your mind. Not great with the Five of Cups. So, tell me more. Please explain. Tell me more. Tell you what, I'm tired of these readings going like this. Nobody's had a great reading. I guess that's a life. There's been a few that turned out well after me thinking that it wasn't, but gosh, Five of Cups. Tell me about the Five of Cups. 1, 2, 3. Tell me one more. That is way too many. I do think you go on to thrive. Yeah. You get back on track. One, 2, go on to thrive. But this does, it definitely impacts you. However, the overall potential is that the Queen of Cups, there's, this is weird because again, this is not the energy, but it's almost like you're somewhat there's remorse for having given your heart or given time, energy, care, being vulnerable with someone that turned around to disappoint you. Yes, there's sadness over what was lost between the two of you. But at the end of it, you have the Three of Cups. I think there could be a support system around you that helps you get through this. Tell me about that. Five of Cups with the Queen. Tell me about that Five of Cups with the Queen of Cups. This is all cups here. There was love, or there was the potential for love. Clearly we cared, but it wasn't enough. And I think that's the hardest part with that five. Alright, 1, 2, yeah, that's what it is, 3, actually, okay, so the Fool, coming back to the biggest challenge or obstacle. Yeah, you go on to thrive. You get back on track to where you were up here, where you're like killing it, bossing, boss status. But I think you will be in the future much more careful. It will kind of leave you with a bad taste in your mouth. And you will have some regret for allowing someone to put you in the Five of Cups and the Eight of Swords, which I hope you don't allow to influence future connections. But the potential was there, but it wasn't enough. I think with that Three of Cups being there, it actually brings you closer to people that, because of this situation, it actually brings you closer to those that you know you can count on, that have been there from day one, and it makes you cherish them that much more. It also makes you much more it puts you more in control of who you take a chance with. I don't really know exactly who did this. I think maybe, I don't know, honestly, who did that. But it does teach you something about taking unnecessary risks, even if you weren't the one that did this. But if you did, then you learned something from it, of real value, long-term value. And overall, the long-term potential, the real-world potential here was, even if it wasn't this instance, it would have led to the Five of Cups. Or if you had rekindled this, if you guys had been in a relationship, there was too much anyway. There was something that was, again, like that, the inability to move past something. but I think you learned what you needed to learn, and so did they, but I'm seeing you as the one that got hurt in the situation. So if you caused it, then you learned your lesson, but if you didn't cause it, then you definitely, it changes your perspective. Alright, Libra, that is your reading. Let me know in the comment section if this resonated. Feel free to share your story. It might help others. But if you enjoyed this, like, share, subscribe. And you guys have a wonderful weekend. And yeah. Sorry to end on such a downer. But you're gonna get through it. So thank you to everyone who stopped in and those that watched through the entirety. I'll talk to you next time.